I feel like for most teenagers around my age, it's pretty normal to go to the gym, lift your weights, do your sets, and just work out. Now, the gym is usually supposed to be a pretty non weird experience. You just go there, do your sets, and leave. Nothing too out of the ordinary. But a few weeks ago, there was something that I witnessed at the gym that was very bizarre to say the least. I ain't gonna waste any more time. So yeah, sit back, relax, and enjoy the story time, boys. Now, I think I've mentioned this once on the channel before, that my job is timekeeping hockey games. Basically, the giant clock at hockey games with like the time running on it, as well as the goals, the penalties, all that stuff. My job is to literally operate that clock, and it's a job that I really enjoy doing. I love hockey, so to have a job like that is pretty cool. I get to work the clock, and on top of that, I basically get paid to watch hockey games. Like, how cool is that? Anyway, so one day a few weeks ago, I was assigned a game at this building where, like, it's one of those buildings that has a hockey rink, a pool, a basketball court, and a gym. One of those buildings that, like, has everything, right? I don't actually know what those type of buildings are called or anything, but it was one of those. Since I was already at the building for my job, I figured that, like, after my shift is over, I'll just head over to the gym and work out since I have a membership there. I got free time, it's the weekend, might as well get some reps in and, just build those muscles. All right, so I time keep my hockey game and, it goes pretty well. It was a fun game to watch. I did my job and I'm free to go. So once I'm out of the hockey rink, I walk over to the other side of the building. I scan my key card or whatever it's called so I can get into the gym area. And then I walk into the guy's locker room. And I know gym locker rooms have kind of a really bad reputation where they're trashed, where it's absolutely disgusting, stuff like that. But the one at my gym actually is pretty clean and just normal. Nothing really weird about it. I've only ever had one weird experience there, and that's what this story is building up to. Anyways, when I get into the locker room, I see that there is no one else there. Like, there weren't even any locks in any lockers or signs of anyone being there. Now, I usually go to the gym immediately after school ends every day, since it's not too far a walk from the school to this building, so I'm very used to the gym locker room being quite crowded. But it's very unusual for the gym locker room to be quiet, let alone me being the only person there. But I mean, I guess it was a weekend, so it makes sense. Alright, so I pick a locker, change into my gym clothes, and I head into the weight room. And as I walk in, I see there's only one other person there, which was a woman. And obviously, they have a separate change room. So it really was kind of relaxing just being there almost entirely alone. I feel like the best workouts are the ones where the gym is almost completely empty because it's just relaxing that way. It's nice. Also, one of the biggest things that I hate is if people are using the machines that I want to use, and I just gotta wait there awkwardly for the machines to become available, especially if they're like the last one in my routine. Like, that sucks. But when the gym's alone, or there's like one other person, you don't have to worry about the machines you want to use being taken by someone else, which I feel like is a pretty big win. Anyway, so I believe I was on leg day that day, so I pop in my AirPods, get some nice workout music playing, and I start using the leg machines. Now I'm doing my sets, building those muscles, the workout's going well, but that's when I notice an old man walk into the gym. And this guy appeared to be like in his 60s, and at first, I didn't really care that he was in the gym. Why would I care? He's just coming to do his workout. I'm obviously not gonna bug him or anything, so I just let him do his stuff. Now, as I keep doing my workout, maybe about like 10 minutes later, I notice this dude leave, which I definitely take note of because, that's a pretty short workout. I usually work out for at least half an hour, usually a little bit more than that. This guy was only here about like 10 minutes or so. Like, maybe he's not big into working out, who knows, but definitely is still a really short workout. But whatever, I don't really care. I'm just here to do my workout. So I finish up all of my exercises, and then after the last one, I decide to head back to the locker room. However, once I step into the room, I see that the old man from earlier is just sitting there with no clothes on. Now, technically, I guess you are allowed to do that since there are showers right around the corner, but that still doesn't make it any less weird, especially that he's just sitting there. Obviously, I really don't want to look at that because that's just disgusting. So my first thought was go over to my locker, grab my stuff, and just leave, all while looking in the complete opposite direction of the man. But then I realized that this dude is sitting right in front of my locker. Why is this old man in front of my locker? There's a million other places that he could have chosen to sit down, but in front of my locker, the only one with a lock on it? Are you kidding me? Like, that's seriously, like, super weird. I don't understand why he's there when he could be anywhere else in the entire room. But I guess that some people are just extremely weird? And you can't do anything about it. Anyway, so I'm just standing by the door of the locker room, not looking because I just do not want to see that. I was already scarred enough. I decided to play Minecraft on my phone, so it could kind of just like shift my mind away from my current situation. But I was also kind of keeping my ears out so I'd be able to hear when the man walked away from my locker, and eventually I did hear him walk away in the direction of the showers. So once I hear him walk away, I'm excited. I'm like, yes, I can just grab my stuff and get out of here. But then I realized that since this old man is in the showers, which is completely out of view, I can actually change so I don't have to go home in my stinky gym clothes. So I walk over to the locker. I'm excited to get out of here. And then when I get there, I find a really, really nasty surprise. This old man decided to take a dump on the locker bench. Yeah, you heard that right. This old man just pooped right on the locker bench. Now, why did he poop on the gym locker bench? I have no idea, and I really don't want to know. Like, what kind of person do you have to think about pooping on a gym locker bench, a public one, by the way, in front of someone else's locker and be like, you know what? That's a great idea. Like, what? No, you don't have to do stuff like that. You don't do that. That's probably super gross for you guys just listening to this, but I literally had to experience this. The smell was absolutely horrible, and even laying eyes on it was enough to make me extremely nauseous. The worst part, however, though, is that this is directly in front of my locker, so I have to somehow get all of my stuff. I quickly come up with the idea of moving all my stuff over to another locker on the complete other end of the locker room. So I go and I open another locker and then I unlock mine. Once mine's unlocked, I grab my gym bag and I move it over to the other locker. Check. That's the first thing over. Next thing I grab is my winter coat since, I live in Canada, it's cold outside, and it's also pretty cold in the hockey rink. After I move my coat over, I grab my winter boots, since obviously I can't wear them in the gym, so I had to change into the running shoes. The boots were the last thing that I had to move over, and once those are transferred, I literally change as fast as I can, hoping that I get out before the guy finishes his shower, because considering he decided to poop in front of my locker, I didn't exactly want to see him again. I actually did change fast enough before he got out of the shower, so I just got out of there and I walked right home. So yeah, that was my weirdest gym story. It's actually my only weird gym story, but technically, that still makes it the weirdest. If you want to listen to another story just like this, on screen right now is the time I was followed during a snowstorm with footage.